Hi there, we are on Chinese artworks. We're still unit 5.01. Now we're in part 3. So Chinese porcelain. Chinese artists made porcelain by adding a mineral called feldspar to pure white clay. Artists of other cultures tried to replicate the material, but Chinese artists kept the process secret for hundreds of years. Porcelain produced during the Ming and Qing dynasties is some of the most beautiful. Factories produce porcelain for imperial families or to sell in Asia and Europe. Each factory specialized in certain shapes and colors of pottery. Some made tall, slender vases with blue decorations. Others made short, wide bowls decorated with bright colors. The Ming porcelain has a color, this Ming porcelain jar has a colorful koi design. They also made porcelain lunch boxes like this Qing example, holding the noontime meals of workers and school children. And a Ming plate glazed in blue and celadon typified one of the factory styles. So this was a common style you would see come out of that factory. Chinese vase painters were accomplished artists who decorated porcelain with detailed designs and symbols that held special meaning. You can see the artist's mastery of brushwork in this Ming Dynasty vase, on which a mythical dragon figure symbolizes imperial power. Ferocious monsters and stylized clouds surround the design. Patterns encircle the top and bottom of the vase. Chinese potters used a variety of glazed colors to decorate porcelain. However, blue and white was one of the most popular color combinations. Potters made the blue glaze by using cobalt, a very expensive mineral imported from Persia. Chinese dragons symbolized imperial power, and their features had characteristics of many different animals. The dragons hold special meaning to the Chinese people. The first emperor of China chose the dragon as his personal symbol more than 2,000 years ago. The dragon symbolizes goodness, wisdom, and strength. Most of all, it was a symbol of the importance of water to the survival of all things. The Chinese believed that dragons lived in every lake, river, ocean, and rain cloud, and they used images of dragons to bring good luck. Chinese painting. Chinese artists revered tradition. Ming painters, for example, look to past dynasties for inspiration. While you can notice differences and refinements in style from one dynasty to another, Chinese painting remains consistent throughout history. Chinese artists made albums of several paintings or leaves of the same size and theme. They painted on silk and handmade paper, sometimes mounting paintings on horizontal scrolls that the viewer unrolled slowly to view. They believed that reading a painting was the best way to appreciate it and connect with the past. So this one here, we see Figure Crossing a Bridge, album of 8 landscape paintings by Zhu. And they zoom in closer on each section. Chinese painters sign their paintings using a seal, often called a chop, with a carving of their name, a design, or a phrase. They press the seal into red paste and then onto the painting. The owner of the painting also adds a seal. Paintings that have had many owners have many red seals. The Chinese don't think the seals ruin a painting, but rather link the painting with the past. So as we kind of click over, you can see 2 of those red stamps in this one. Humans and landscapes. Many Chinese believe that humans were just one tiny part of the natural world and that they should live in harmony with nature. That idea was inspired by the teachings of Buddha. In his painting, Zhu, one of the so-called 4 masters of Ming painting, a small figure crosses a bridge while another sits by a hut. Trees and mountains tower above the figures. Zhu made the figures small to emphasize their lesser significance in relation to nature. And I've been pronouncing that wrong. It's Shenzhou. Shenzhou is how I should be pronouncing that. Small figures against the towering mountains emphasize the Chinese philosophy that humans are a very small part of the natural world. You can look at that one more time. Shenzhou.